Okay, so I wanted to make this video real quick in my car and to talk about certain things that has been going on this weekend. First things first is the whole Oscars situation. So apparently at the Oscars, Moonlight won Best Picture, which I am happy. I've never actually seen the movie, but my mom went to see it and she thought it was very good. It's about a man who is just coming to age with being himself, in particular coming out with his sexuality, and like I just heard a lot of good things from it. Of course there are a couple factors to why it may be problematic. Like, I don't really appreciate straight people playing queer characters. You know, if we are going to represent a marginalized group of people, we should at least have one of us play us. You know, we can't just have these privileged people playing us and then saying how hard it was to play us. That's how I feel as someone who is bisexual, as someone, you know, who hasn't really came to terms with, you know, being attracted to not just men but other women. I still kind of struggle with that, kind of struggle with being comfortable around certain people, you know, like, because it's been stifled for so long. You know, I still kind of feel like it's very difficult to discuss my bisexuality. But if there's going to be a movie about a bisexual woman, I want a movie with a bisexual actress. And I feel gay black men deserve to have a movie about a gay black man and not a straight black man. I follow Richie Colazzo on Twitter, and they are gender nonconforming, they are queer, and they said, you know, if we are going to have a movie about gay men, we should at least be represented. And I wholeheartedly agree, because I just think the next time Black Hollywood or whoever is going to have a movie about gay characters, gay black characters, have gay black actors. That's all we want. But like I said, congratulations to the Moonlight cast. I ain't mad about that. But what is so controversial is that at first it said that La La Land won, which is a movie about this jazz man falling in love with some actress. And when I first read a synopsis, I thought, this sounds very much like white people trying to take over the Harlem Renaissance, the jazz era, where it's very much African American oriented, but yeah, you want to erase us to tell a fucking lighthearted story about this jazz singer falling in love with an actress. And I feel like with that synopsis, it could have very well been an African American story. But hey, you know, I may see the movie. I do like movies, so it's not something where I'm not going to not want to see, because I like Emma Stone as an actress. I don't think she's a bad actress at all. But I don't think a movie like La La Land would have deserved to win over a movie like Moonlight. So many black films, excellent black films, have been snubbed in the past. So this was very well deserved. But it was just embarrassing to watch the clip of them celebrating their win, only to be told that, oh, you didn't actually win. That was very embarrassing, and I was cringing the whole time. You can see the hurt, disappointment in some of those people's faces, and they're trying to keep on a happy look, which I understand. I made a post on Tumblr though. Like, here's what I have a problem with, and I'm gonna call a person out. When I say something, it's usually how I feel. It's not to be messy. It's not to be disrespectful. It's not to just get notes for no reason. That's just how I do. If I feel a type of way, I am going to comment, because how I looked at the clip, when I rewatched the clip on Tumblr and I saw certain people looking disgusted, walking away, rolling their eyes, I took that as racism, because had it been a white movie, that had lost out to La La Land, where there have been so many white people sitting in the audience like, what the fuck? Like, you can see Charlize Theron in the audience, like basically almost refusing to clap, kind of begrudgingly clapping. Jimmy Kimmel acted like a complete ass up there, saying, you know, let's just give it to La La Land anyway. And I got a problem with Jimmy Kimmel, because I'm just sick of his ass. And I don't know why people look to him as some form of diversity, when this is the same nigga who sat there and made fun of black Jews, because apparently, you know, that's just impossible. Even for a skit, and this was back in 2004 during the whole Bobby and Whitney show, you want to make a joke about black Israelites black Jewish people in Chicago, like a whole ass church, not a church, I'm sorry, but a whole ass synagogue, a black synagogue, people visiting Israel. You want to sit there and make fun of that. I understand, like, you can have some political, like, I feel like only black Jewish people should have any say so on, like, the issue with, black Israelites, or, the ideal that we come from, like, Israel, something like that. But like I said, no one has ever checked Jimmy Kimmel for that. So I'm kind of looking at him like this is some fake pro-woke activist that wants to be funny, but then wants to laugh at actual black people that belong to his own marginalization. But like I said, I knew Jimmy Kimmel was an asshole, so I'm not surprised. But the clip I was referring to was when the man announced that it was La La Land that did not win. Actually, it was Moonlight that won. There is a lady in a red dress that kind of walked off and rolled her eyes to the side. And then we find out that the lady was a part of the committee, along with the guy that had that pink face that looked very angry. And we find out that they were just mad because they were supposed to announce who won, or they were supposed to, like, give out the paper to announce the winner that had the winner on it, and I guess they fucked it up. So, okay, whatever. I was wrong. It wasn't like a racist situation, but from my perspective, in a wake of things like this, and so many actors saying stupid shit like, diversity isn't a problem, or to just basically brush off the lack of diversity in Hollywood, and to see certain white actors and actresses react a certain way to Moonlight winning, of course I'm going to feel a type of way. So I don't want people to say I'm just trying to get notes. Like, if you don't agree with me, just say you don't agree with me, but you don't gotta come at me like I'm just trying to start drama. So yeah, that made me feel a type of way, because like I said, like, you ain't gotta go off on me like that, especially if I don't got a problem with you, especially if I'm sitting here, like, because I've heard certain people say certain things about other bloggers that I follow and support, or not really support, but like, I may shout them out or say, go check this person out. I don't really, like, have a problem with certain bloggers like that, but don't come at me like I'm trying to start drama, when that was literally not the case. That was just how I perceived it, and I was pretty much mad because I thought, like, how rude of you to just walk off to the side and roll your eyes, because this is the Oscars. You're supposed to be professional. Even if you lose, you handle it gracefully. The Oscars is about quote unquote class. It's about being prestigious. And to see certain people look mad and upset, it just did not look professional to me. But like I said, congratulations to the Moonlight cast. I feel bad for the La La Land cast, because I feel like even though the movie wasn't deserving, from what I've heard from other people, I feel like, they shouldn't have to go through that. I've seen actual actors that looked visibly hurt, or like they just looked confused, and I would be embarrassed too. Moving on, Cardi B, what are we going to do with you? So apparently Cardi B apologized the other day for being disrespectful to Asia, and as well as she should, because how she acted last week on Love and Hip Hop reunion just totally made me lose so much respect for her, to the point where I'm not really fucking with her anymore. Like, I try to give her chances. I try to say, she's still growing, like, she doesn't understand. She has a background of growing up rough, being abused, abusive parents. I understand it. Her being a stripper, her being slut shamed. I can understand why she feels so combative a lot of times. But how Cardi B has been acting is just no excuse. I don't care where you come from. You don't say things like "you dark roach," "you ugly burnt roach," just because someone called you ugly and light-skinned. Now, what happened was, a couple of months ago, some girl on Twitter said that they like Cardi B, but Cardi B is an ugly light-skinned. So Cardi B popped off and said, like, "you look like a burnt roach," and took a photo of her where the girl appeared extremely dark-skinned with blue lipstick, and Cardi B was calling her a roach. Now, I am not trying to excuse what the other girl said, because if someone called me an ugly light skin, and I've been called that stuff before, yes, I would be upset, but how I look at it as a light skinned person who is considered a standard of beauty, is that really an insult? Because if someone were to say I'm an ugly light skin, they're basically talking about the fact that I don't fit into conventional aesthetics of being a light skin, like a thin nose, quote unquote, good hair, thin lips, or whatever. Like, certain types of features. So basically, they are saying, like, I'm light skinned but got nigger features. That's what you say. That's how I look at it. But I can see why Cardi felt a type of way, but this wouldn't have happened if you hadn't searched your name in Twitter, the search engine of Twitter, just to start drama with people that don't like you. So I just don't know what to do with her. She did apologize to Asia, and that kind of brought up my whole point of, if you're messing with another girl's guy, or if you are talking to him, or even if you're just friends, and she feels a type of way about it and she's talking about you, I'm not saying you have I'm not saying you don't have a right to get mad if she's calling you a hoe, but you could have came up to her like a woman and said, "Hey, I don't appreciate you talking about me. I'm not doing anything with your man. You don't need to be disrespectful." But we know it's Cardi B. We know that she's immature. I know I'm immature, because if I saw a bitch talk about me, I would kind of be like, "Well, fuck you, bitch. Who do you think you are?" So, like, I can see where Cardi B is coming from, but you don't need to go up to a bitch and fight her in front of her man, because you know what? Sneak attack me, and people really think that they can just tell what your capabilities are based off of where you from or how you look, but you're gonna mess with the wrong person thinking you can just thinking you can intimidate everyone. So it's not a wise move to just be attacking any and everyone. But this whole beef got started because Asia was mad that Cardi was messing with her man. And I feel like, Asia, you should have confronted the man and not Cardi B. But also, Asia was talking to her man in confidence, and Cardi B just so happened to get a hold of his phone and read the messages. And that's when she came at Asia all types of wrong. And then she was being disrespectful, sitting on Asia's boyfriend's lap and saying, because he was her ex at the time, last time that we saw the reunion. And Cardi B was being disrespectful, throwing her shoe at Asia, and just being an obnoxious bitch. And then Hennessy tried to get up to do something. That's Cardi B's sister. I'm like, bitch, sit your ass down. You ain't gonna do shit. Sit your ass down. So Cardi B pretty much is canceled to me. Like, unless she comes out and genuinely apologizes, and I don't mean like, I'm sorry if you're offended, that's just a hoodman. No, don't say that. Don't make excuses. Don't say, well, I'm sorry that you're not from the hood and you just don't understand how I'm sick of that shit, because that whole I'm just from the hood, that's how I am, that's like the equivalent of a white person saying, I'm sorry you're offended, that's just how I am. It's comedy. I don't care where you are from. So stop bringing up classism, inaccurately calling people colorists because we just don't like how a certain black woman acts. Don't do that, because that's not fair and you are being manipulative as fuck. So many people did that on my Remy Ma post because I said the same thing. What Remy Ma was saying about Nicki Minaj, that wasn't cool. You can't say you stand up for black women, and dark-skinned black women at that, but then repeat the same misogyny war other black men have said. But I just don't think Cardi B deserves half of the success people think that she does, because one, she has like $1 million deal with Atlanta Records. That's really not fair, especially when she's not that great of a rapper. I think it should be given to people like Cupcake or Cash Doll, or just so many Chicago female like there are so many talented female rappers from Chicago. And I know I'm not from Chicago, but I have so many friends from Chicago. It's like in proximity to like the Chicago scene. Like I know how it goes. So I just feel like, why are you giving it to this New York rapper that pretty much bites the ATL flow, like that Migos flow, and like so many ATL rappers adopted? I feel like Cardi B doesn't deserve that. Like, she doesn't even have her own sound. But yeah, because I guess she's a cute light-skinned girl, and she's black, but she's also mixed, she's a Latina, it's okay for her to like pretty much just get a record deal off of just being some Instagram celebrity. And that's how it is. That's how I am looking at it, as like, you can't even rap that well, and then you get mad at people that tell you what it is. You can't rap. I'm not saying like your music ain't hot, because some of your songs are hot, but you can't rap. And the fact of the matter is, you don't even work hard to get what you have. And I'm not just talking about like you don't deserve to be on Love and Hip Hop, or you don't deserve to be getting deals. I'm saying as a rapper, you're basically just you're basically getting the attention just because you're Cardi B, not because like you actually got skills as a rapper. And as female rappers goes, I just don't want to put Cardi B up there. Like, she's not a Trina, she's not a Queen Latifah, she's not Eve, she's not Foxy Brown, she's definitely not Little Kim, she's not Yo Yo, she's not so many of these she's not even Nicki Minaj. So I don't know what to say. I don't know, because like I do wish Cardi B the best, but you can't just keep disrespecting people and then making excuses by saying you're from the hood. Like, there are so many black people from the hood. Like, you come to the South, you come down here, like, of the Midwest to, like, maybe Louisville, or you go down further, like, to Charlotte, North Carolina, you can't get away with shit like that. You call someone a burnt roach, it is over. You will be stomped to the ground. And I'm not being funny, but, you know, you come to places like Chicago, you come to places like Gary, you come to Indianapolis, you come to places where there are high populations of black people. You know, black people aren't just located in New York City or Los Angeles. We are everywhere. There are so many hoods in places like the South. And you try that colorist bullshit, you will get stomped to the ground, because we don't take that shit seriously. Now, I'm not gonna say like I'm from the hood. I know I'm not from the hood, but I know so many people from the hood. My dad's from the hood. I got cousins from the hood. So we don't take that seriously as far as like people I know, like people I associate with. If you say something colorist, we're going to treat it the same as we hear someone calling us nigger, another white person calling us nigger. That's how we look at it. Like, we don't even look at yellow bone or red bone as like nice terms down here. We hear something like red bone or yellow bone, we kind of look at you like, what the fuck you talking about? You trying to start some light skin supremacy here? When Southern black people are being color struck, like these Southern rappers, it be Southern black people that be exposing them, like Kodak Black, Lil Wayne, Lil Bootsy. We be exposing all of these homophobic rappers down here. We be exposing all these color struck rappers. That's just how the South is. A lot of times, black people, black queers, dark skinned women, when we hear someone not here for us, we kind of like they canceled. That's just how that is with the community. We're not gonna sit here like, oh, give them a chance because they are from our area. We're like, no, because you know the issue, you know the history of those terms, you know not to use them. We're not like these people from New York City that's like, you know, colorism is just an archaic issue and we're all having fun. No, we like, this is real. This is alive down here. That's basically all that I have to say for right now, but it's just a food for thought. Peace out.